Let's talk about the steps here, because we've been talking a little bit about this customer first mindset. When I think about the journey, I'm going to give you guys 5 very simple ideas. Those 5 ideas are going to help you guys execute all your marketing ideas and campaigns across all your channels. It's going to help shape and form the way you think about things. I want to tell you guys the 4 most important words in marketing. And I want you to understand this, and I want you to write this down. I want you to sort of condition yourself this to memory. The 4 most important words in marketing are simple. The best for me. That's it. The best for me. That's all consumers care about. A good example of this, if you guys go to the website Think with Google, you start realizing that consumers, Think with Google, they basically put you in a position where they show you all the search history and all the behaviors from what people are doing right now online. And people have become this sort of super obsessed with education and searching for information to solve their smallest problems. So people now are basically searching things like, what's the best dog for me? As if Google is going to be able to return a result. What's the best toothbrush for me? And you start to see people are looking for localized, relevant information that's personalized to their needs. So when you think about lead qualification, you've got to think about those 4 magical words, the best for me. And what's centered around those 4 words is this very simple concept of relevancy. We have got to be relevant. And I'm going to show you some live examples throughout today's show that's going to give you guys some perspective on the best ways to stay relevant. But relevancy is sort of the grail in which we have to worship on. If we can deliver relevant messages to the right people at the right time, then we will actually be able to get them to want to do business with us, so we don't have to call them 25 times or drop voicemails in their inboxes or spam the crap out of them or annoy them until they do business with us, which you guys can clearly tell that I'm very passionate about. Okay. So, number 1, pre-qualification through copy. Now, the basic idea here, and I'll pull up an example here in just a moment. And Eric, I'm going to have you grab the site just in a second here. I'm going to grab a site to show you guys. Pre-qualification through copy. One of the biggest mistakes, well, first off, let me give you guys a 30,000 foot view. Copy is in everything you do in marketing. Copy is in the ads you write, it's in the emails you see, it's in the messengers that we send through Facebook, it is in the one-to-one communication you have. Copy is on your website, it's on your landing pages, it's on your sales pages. Copy is that sort of universal component to every single marketing campaign. So you've got to start thinking about how to use copy more effectively. Copy exists everywhere. If you had to choose between design and copy, you choose copy. Copy is the foundation for all great marketing and sales techniques, if you will. So, pre-qualification through copy, the simple idea here, and this is my first tip for you guys for today's whiteboard water cooler. You use copy to tell people who you are marketing for. Who is your audience? Far too often when I look at a website that's generic, it's broad, it is unclear who the message is really relevant to, and what you're afraid of, and this is the thought that goes through your mind when you're writing copy, you say to yourself, well, Jimmy, I don't want to disqualify people who may potentially buy or sell a property with me. I don't want to alienate a specific group of individuals. I don't want to sort of push away potential new business. In an effort to appeal to everyone, you appeal to nobody. So great copy uses a very simple technique, which by nature excludes people. And by excluding people, you end up actually putting yourself in a position where the words you say and the words you write resonate 10 times more effectively than if you were trying to be more inclusive. So, Eric, pull up the screen for me for a second. I want you guys to check out this website. This website's called Elevist, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Elevist. And the basic idea here, first off, right out of the gates, I want to give one quick pro tip here. Talk about beautiful web design. You guys are looking at a fairly large screen here, but talk about the white space here. There's sort of a calming sense because they're not overwhelming you with options and pop-ups and things that annoy you. It's very simple. They're explaining in a simple, clear way what it is they actually do. Now, I want you to notice how they're doing 2 things here. They're pre-qualifying through copy and they're pre-qualifying via images. Elevist is a service dedicated to helping women invest their money. And if you notice, if I scroll through the site, everything is about women. Women empowerment, women investing, women's goals, their dreams, their desires. They do not give a shit about guys. Good, right? Good. They have made their stance that they don't want the other 50% of the population's money. They want women's money. And they have some wonderful copy in this, like invest like a woman, get started and invest, company designed for women, by women. If you scroll down, they actually explain, I love this, why women? Women typically live longer. That's a sad truth as a guy reading this. And we're paid less. We all know about that. Shouldn't we use financial tools created for us? So when you think about pre-qualification, if you are a woman and you, let's say, believe what they believe, and they make this compelling argument about empowerment, you are more likely to feel like this website, this brand, this messaging speaks to you. Now, if they were afraid of alienating half of the population, they would try to have a more generic, idealistic approach to basically saying, you know what, like investing is for everyone should give us their money, we have great programs and great systems in place to help you turn your money into long-term wealth. But they have made the decision consciously to say this is only for women. What that does in the mind of the consumer, and Eric, you can pull the screen back up for me just for myself here. What that does is it tells the audience, your prospective clients, that this service is built for me. And that's what people want to hear. So my first tip for you guys is you have to go through and look at your copy. And if you're not excluding anybody specifically, then you're including everyone. And if you're appealing to everyone, then what ends up happening, guys, you start to appeal to nobody. So check out Elevis.com. I think they do a wonderful example. It's a very stark example, clearly, but it gives you guys some context around how you can really use copy to actually qualify your leads. If you actually have great copy and you use that pre-qualification, you're going to improve the quality of your leads because you know the intent is really there.